Before that, let us offer our obeisances to all the devotees for giving their association, and we are able to chant Hare Krishna together. Pancha kalpatarvasya kripa sindhuvevacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Samaveta bhakta vrinda ki jai. Samaveta bhakta vrinda ki jai. Samaveta bhakta vrinda ki jai. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jasadanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tera Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari
Jasadanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tera Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya अष्टोत्तर हतस्य श्रीमद् के सभा चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
जय।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय।
श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव श्रीला गिरिराज कृष्ण श्री श्री राधा रमन जी की
जय।
श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री श्री गौरताय की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं व्यासं
देवीं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Prayers by Queen Tulsi, Text 10. Avitavati mamita sarasaptaya so vivo kamam dahatu mamnatha mame garbho nipataya मामे गर्भो निपात्यताम् अभिद्रवती मामीसा सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
सरस्तप्तायसो विभो
कामं दहतु मां नाथा
कामं दधतु मां नाथ
मामे गर्भो निपातया
मामे गर्भो निपात्यताम्
मामे गर्भो निपात्यताम्।
मामे गर्भो निपात्यताम्।
Translation and for Science Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Oh my Lord, you are all powerful. A fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally if you so desire. But please do not let it burn and abort my embryo. Please do me this favor, my Lord. Purport. This incident took place after the death of Abhimanyu, the husband of Uttara. Abhimanyu's widow, Uttara, should have followed the path of her husband. But because she was pregnant and Maharaj Pariksit, a great devotee of the Lord, was lying in embryo, he was responsible for his protection. The mother of a child has a great responsibility in giving all protection to the child. Therefore, Uttara was not ashamed to express his frankly before Lord Krishna. Uttara was the daughter of a great king, the wife of a great hero, and student of a great devotee. And later, she was the mother of a good king also. She was fortunate in every respect. Namo Krishna Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Kirana. Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gaurvani Pracharini, Nirvisheta Sunyavadi, Pashyate
So, dear devotees, what did we discuss in last two classes? One or two comments. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sir, one class we discussed that about there is a question. Hare Krishna.
Go ahead. Anand Prabhu, bolo. Speak. Hare Krishna. Anand. I think something wrong with it. Okay, somebody else.
Sir, we studied about you talked about four types of people in the society. They need four types of four things are there. They needs protection. One is old age people, another is women, another is children, another is brahmana, and another is cow. Sorry, five type of things. They need to be protected. Why they are need to be protected? First of all, brahmana. Brahmana gives us a knowledge to go in the path of dharma, and then cow gives us milk, which nourishes our brain. That will help us in going in the path of dharma. And then women are responsible for giving a nice population. If women are not protected, then there will be a varna sankara. And then you talked about then children should be protected because they are future. And then old aged people should be protected because they are about to die. We should protect their future. So this has been talked, and also it has been talked actually in last class. Uttara, she was feeling burning sensation in her womb, and she saw death of Abhimanyu, and she saw Mahabharata. So she was very means well aware of that. So she immediately went to Krishna and took the shelter of Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Chiranjit. Others?
Hare Krishna, Sadhanatma. Sir, one point yesterday we discussed that what is paradukhe dukhi. So it's not just giving some material things, feeding people or giving them clothes. The original paradukhe dukhi is to see their dukha that when they are leading people are leading a material life, and we have to give spirituality to them. So devotees should go out and preach Krishna consciousness. That will eliminate the dukhas of others. So, not just giving some material things. So that was discussed.
What happened? Avai Chaitanya Das.
Hare Krishna, sir. Yes, sir. So I was talking about that. We discussed about the paradukhe dukhi. That what is paradukha? Paradukhe dukhi doesn't mean that we will be just sad by looking at the material dukhas of the people, that whether they are having food, shelter or not, having those things or not. Rather, we should be concerned about the spiritual benefit of the people. So devotees should frequently go out and preach the message of the Lord, so that actual benefit can be done to the people. So that is what we discussed. So I also talked about the
Yeah, they have unmuted. Can you repeat again?
sir, we discussed about the paradukhe dukhi. What is that paradukhe dukhi?
Repeat.
Yes. So means generally the people think paradukhe. Hare Krishna, sir. Sir, am I audible? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, sir. Am I audible?
Ah,
Yes, sir. Sir, and generally people think paradukhe dukhe means giving some food, giving shelter, or some clothes, external material things. But the devotees, if they want to be paradukhe dukhe, actually they have to go and preach the message of the Lord, give spirituality to the people. That can only eliminate the dukha of the people, not giving food or material things. So in that context, you gave the example of this bird flu that is happening. Poultry farms are the birds are being killed, but people still are attached to meat eating. So if devotees go and preach in especially Uttarakhand or many other places where meat eating is rampant, so once they get spirituality, the Krishna consciousness, then their lifestyle will be purified, and then that actually is the paradukhe dukhi for the devotees.
okay. Anybody else?
Sir, another point I remembered that
Chiranjit, you have already spoken. I would like everybody to speak.
Hare Krishna, sir. Dandavat Pranam.
Saurabh.
Sir, day before yesterday we discussed about the fault finding, about seeing the faults in others. Devotees are very special, and since the devotional Devi, the Bhakti Devi is inside the devotee's heart, so we should not see any faults in others. This was the points we have discussed the day before yesterday. So that is the point, sir. And
Very good. Next.
so that, yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to speak further? Saurabh, go ahead.
No, sir, that's all.
Okay. Yes, others?
Hare Krishna. Sir, yesterday you're mentioning that India is a very spiritual place because it is very difficult to convince to Western countries people in the message of Lord Krishna. But apparently we can see that we are start preaching in Dehradun and in Ranchi. Whenever we are going, there is some people to really waiting for accepting the Krishna consciousness. That's why it's a must privilege for all of us to preach in India this Krishna consciousness. And if someone is extremely like a pure devotee, for them it's too easy to preach in the Western country. So in this context, you just express that though we all are in Indians and we are here, it is better for us to take vow to preach in Krishna consciousness in India.
Thank you. Thank you. Others? Please come forward and speak out.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Meghna Mataji, please.
So the day before yesterday, we told about Krishna's relation with his devotees. Like once we surrender to Krishna, he protects his devotees, and
Speak little louder. Speak little louder.
we should pay respect to devotees. And it is not the case whether one is born in a Brahman family or not. Anyone who chants Hare Krishna is respectable, and we must be respected.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let us continue our discussion. Devotees, they always approach Krishna in any difficulty. So here Uttara is facing the difficulty. She is seeing something is coming to pierce her embryo. She wants to protect her child. She is a widow and she is the sole caretaker of her child, and she needs protection. And she approached Krishna and said that you allow me to be burnt or killed or to be annihilated, but somehow protect my child. Uttara has already seen that nothing is certain in this world. She has already seen Draupadi has lost all her 5 sons. She has already seen her husband has not been spared in this battle of Kurukshetra. She is, and when likes of Bhishma, Drona, they have laid down their lives in this great battle. So she would naturally feel what is her worth to survive. But she is praying that please protect my child. And this is a very, very unheard situation where, we saw, what is that? Mrityu, yatra mrityuhu parasparam. Yatra mrityuhu parasparam. She has seen death. And Prabhupada in the purport is saying she is the daughter of Virata king, Matsya Desa. And she is the wife of Abhimanyu. Okay. So, daughter of a great father, great husband, wife of a great husband. And he was taught devotional art in the form of dance and song from Brahmastra, that is Arjuna. So Arjuna was her teacher. Can you imagine? If you have a teacher like Arjuna, how fortunate you must be. It is just amazing, If Krishna feels goosebump when he hears Arjuna's name. He was very dear. Arjuna was very dear to Krishna. He was very dear to Krishna. That is their relationship. And so Uttara, Prabhupada is very, very poetic here and is saying that she's a student of a great teacher, Arjuna, husband of a great, wife of a great hero, Abhimanyu, and also daughter of a great king, Virata. So, and she would be mother of a great emperor. This is Maharaja Pariksit. And she is begging for the life of her son. So it's an amazing situation of Mother Uttara. Very rarely you will have such a fortunate position. And Uttara had, and she has, without any shame or shyness, she has directly approached Krishna for protection. Of course, you see, all these people are very, very fortunate. Krishna lived in Yudhishthira Maharaj's house so many days after the battle of Kurukshetra, and made Yudhishthira Maharaj to perform 3 ashwathama yajna. So obviously, there is a great rapport. All these individuals must have spent very, very intimate time with Krishna on a different context. And Krishna being the master of everyone, he must have allowed himself to be equally disposed to every devotee there, whether it is Draupadi or Uttara, Kunti, and everybody must be meditating, when can I have my free time with Krishna? How can I have a personal audience with Krishna? Who would not do that? So this is the version of Narada. Narada is saying that yogis are giving up all happiness and performing austerity to have darshan of the Lord. And here the Lord is dining with them, sitting with them, joking with them, conversing with them, and participating in their sadness, in their distress, in their good time, bad time. So this is how the fortunate the Pandavas are. So let us read the next thing. Suta Goswami said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Sri Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, could at once understand that Ashwathama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in the Pandavas' family. So amazing. So amazing. The Lord is impartial in every respect, but still is inclined towards his devotees, because there is a great necessity of this for everyone's well-being. You protect a devotee, the devotee can distribute the mercy of Krishna to so many. So that is why Krishna specifically is well disposed towards his devotees. The Pandava family was a family of devotees. Therefore, the Lord wanted them to rule the world. That was the reason he vanquished the rule of the company of Duryodhana and established the rule of Maharaja Yudhishthira. Therefore, he also wanted to protect Maharaj Pariksit, who was lying in embryo. He didn't like the idea that the world should be without Pandavas, the ideal family of devotees. So, in this very ghastly warfare, one seed of the entire Kuru dynasty was allowed to live, and that is Maharaj Pariksit. O foremost amongst the great thinkers, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, the Pandavas took up their 5 respective weapons. The Brahmastra are finer than a nuclear weapon. Ashwathama discharged the Brahmastra simply to kill the Pandavas, namely the 5 brothers headed by Maharaja Yudhishthira, their only grandson, who was lying within the womb of Uttara. Therefore, the Brahmastra, more effective and finer than the atomic weapons, was not as blind as the atomic bombs. The atomic bomb are discharged, they do not discriminate between the target and others. Mainly the atomic bombs do harm to the innocent because there is no control. Brahmastra is not like that. It marks out the target and proceeds accordingly without harming the innocent. The Almighty Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, having observed that a great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotees, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up his sudarshana chakra disc to protect them. The Brahmastra, the supreme weapon released by Ashwathama, was something similar to the nuclear weapon, but with more radiation and heat. This Brahmastra is the product of more subtle science, being the product of a finer sound, the mantra recorded in the Vedas. Another advantage of this weapon is that it is not blind like the nuclear weapon because it can be directed only to the target and nothing else. Ashwathama released the weapon just to finish all the male members of Pandu's family. Therefore, in one sense, it was more dangerous than the atomic bombs because it could penetrate even the most protected place and would never miss the target. Knowing all this, Lord Sri Krishna at once took off his personal weapon to protect his devotees, who did not know anyone other than Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord has clearly promised that his devotees are never to be vanquished, and he behaves according to the quality of degree of devotional service rendered by the devotees. Here the word Ananya Vishayatmananam is significant. The Pandavas were 100% dependent on the protection of the Lord, although they were all great warriors themselves. But the Lord neglects even the greatest warriors, also vanquishes them in no time. When the Lord saw that there was no time for the Pandavas to counteract the Brahmastra of the Ashwathama, he took off his weapon, even at the risk of breaking his own vow. Although the battle of Purushottam was almost finished, still, according to his vow, he should not have taken off his own weapon. But the emergency was more important than the vow. He is better known as Bhakta Vassala, or the lover of the devotee. And thus he preferred to continue as Bhakta Vassala than to be a worldly moralist who never breaks his solemn vow. So, dear devotees, you see here what happened. It's a very tricky situation. Ashwathama, who have been punished, rightly punished by Arjuna, he could have been killed, beheaded by Arjuna, but still he was spared. And even after that, Ashwathama is filled with vengeance, is filled with envy for the devotees of Krishna. This is his miserable condition of life. And Ashwathama has released the Brahmastra to kill not only the womb of Mother Uttara, but the 5 brothers, Pandava brothers. So this is how degraded the Ashwathama was. And Krishna took up the Brahmastra and gave protection to his devotees. The question here is that ultimately it is only Krishna who vanquished everyone. It may appear Arjun fought, Bhishma fought, Drona fought, Duryodhana and his party they fought, Pandavas and their party they fought. But they are only instrument. They are only, just like, suppose mother is cooking and her small kid is there in the kitchen. Mother, to encourage the kid, may tell, okay, you take the spoon and stir, okay? And the kid may be thinking, oh, I'm cooking. I have cooked today dal. I have cooked today this. But actually everything is being done by the mother. But the child is given the impression that she is cooking. Okay? So it is similarly, we are made to feel that we are preaching. We are performing devotional service. We are saving the humankind and like that. But actually Krishna does everything. He is the not only the performer, he is the performance, he is the end product. He is ultimately everything. So this Krishna's promise that Name Bhakta Pranasyati Kaunteya Pratijani, and O Arjuna, Kipram Bhavati Dharmatma Saswat Santi Nigachyati Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranasyati. So Krishna's devotees will never be vanquished. Even if Abhimanyu was killed, but he will not be vanquished. Abhimanyu from the battle of Kurukshetra is taken directly to another place where he is performing his devotional service. So wherever devotees are there, they are always engaged in Krishna's service. It doesn't matter whether they are serving in hell, serving in heaven, serving in earthly planets, serving wherever. So these devotees are constantly engaged. Krishna is fully aware of each one of his devotees. We should not have any confusion about what is going to happen to me. Krishna is there with me. He has never deserted me from time immemorial. He is with me. So how can he forget me? Okay, he is with me. He knows what I'm doing, how I'm allowing myself to be used by his internal potential. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti masrita. Daivim prakriti masrita. Not maya prakriti masrita. So devotees, they are naturally disposed to devotional service. They like Abhay Chaitanya was telling, what is paradukha dukhi? Paradukha dukhi means a devotee relishes devotional service. He relishes Mangalarti, he relishes Prasadam, he relishes Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, he relishes the preaching, giving the knowledge to others. He knows the value of all devotional elements, and he feels unhappy when he sees others. They are ignorant about these wonderful attributes of devotional service. And he feels, wow, I am enjoying so much. Why they can't enjoy? The whole world should celebrate Krishna consciousness, because that is the only and the ultimate form of happiness. So that's why devotees go out and they endeavor to make others happy. So we are distributor of divine happiness. We are supposed to be. We are supposed to be distributor of divine happiness. We have happiness in the form of Krishna consciousness, and that must be given, right? So this has to be understood properly. So Krishna broke his vow again by lifting Sudarshan chakra, protecting not only Maharaj Pariksit, but all his devotees who are about to be devoured by Brahmastra, released by ashwathama. The Lord of the Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as the Paramatma. As such, as to protect the progeny of the Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. So while he sent his Sudarshan chakra to neutralize Brahmastra, still he wanted to give full protection to the small baby by covering the baby by his internal potency, because internal potency can easily block any effect of Brahmastra. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism can simultaneously reside within everyone's heart or even within the atoms by his Paramatma feature. Ekop yasur rasaitum jagadanda koti yasakti. Yasakti, yasakti rasti jagadanda jayadanta yadantaha annantarastha paramano chayantarastham govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. So, he is one, but he is present in every atom. Every atom. So this is so therefore, from within the body of Uttara, he covered the embryo to save Maharaj Pariksit. So he is there within the heart of Mother Uttara. So there, then and there, he protected Mother Uttara from the glaring effulgence of Brahmastra. Okay. Therefore, from within the body of Uttara, he covered the embryo to save Maharaj Pariksit and protect the progeny of Maharaj Kuru, of whom King Pandu was also the descendant. Both the sons of Dhritarashtra and those of Pandu belonged to the same dynasty of Maharaj Kuru. Therefore, both of them were generally known as Kurus. But when there were difference between two families, the sons of Dhritarashtra are known as Kurus, whereas the son of Pandu were known as Pandavas. The sons and grandson of Dhritarashtra were all killed in the battle of Purushottam. The last son of dynasty is designated as the son of Kurus. So, here everybody is observing how Maharaj Pariksit is being saved by Krishna. So Krishna is personally protecting. And Uttara must have felt the coolness within. She was having burning sensation. She is able to feel the heat within. And soon she felt everything is very normal, very cool. Okay. So what's happening there? Actually, once Krishna has come to Hastinapur, because this 36 years Yudhishthira Maharaj ruled, so it is just, divine camaraderie between Pandavas and Krishna. Krishna and Dwarkavasis literally every month visiting. Some are visiting Dwarka, some are visiting Hastinapur. There is a nice, sweet relationship between these two families. And Krishna has come. At that time, Pariksit Maharaj was a small baby. And when they were sitting in the royal assembly hall, ladies, they brought Maharaj Pariksit and placed him in the middle of the assembly and told, please go and take shelter of the lap of your grandfathers. And Maharaj Pariksit looked all around, small baby, and each one of them tried to entice this small kid to their lap. Okay. So Yudhishthira Maharaj immediately placated him. I don't know whether he had toffee or what he had, I don't know, and he must have attracted him. And Maharaj Pariksit is not looking at Yudhishthira Maharaj. Normally, when they release, he normally goes to his parents, fathers, grandfathers. But this day, when in the presence of Krishna, he didn't go. And then Bhimasena, he said, "Bade bhaiya, chupchap baith jao. तुमसे आज नहीं होगा, तुमसे अट्रैक्टेड नहीं है वो, अब देखो मैं कैसे लाता हूँ, चमत्कारी दिखाता हूँ." So Bhimsen used his almighty all force to attract the child to his lap. Child even didn't look at him. So, and finally Arjuna said, Baba, तुम लोग बेचारा हो. I am the real grandfather. मेरा बेटा का बेटा है, आएगा अभी. So Arjun, very confident that Pariksit would come, and he would take great pride having him in his lap in the middle of the assembly where everybody is seated, including Krishna. And it appeared that he is going towards Arjuna, and Arjuna's chest is swelling and swelling, and suddenly he stopped, and Arjuna was crestfallen. What is happening? Why my own grandson, एकलौता पोता, हमारा बात ही नहीं सुन रहा है. And then Nakula, Sahadev, everybody failed. And when everybody is trying their best to attract this small baby, and baby is the middle, is going this way, that way, and tricking everyone, and suddenly, to everybody's amazement, jumped onto the lap of Krishna. He looked at Krishna, and all this time when they were making arrangement, they're trying to attract, he's constantly looking at Krishna, right? And Krishna was sitting there peacefully, okay, and he jumped onto the lap of Krishna because he's still remembering that there is some wonderful personality, black personality, protected me. Where is he? So that is why his name was Pariksit. His name was Pariksit because he was looking at who is Krishna and who is not Krishna. So he rejected his grandfather, Yudhishthira Maharaj, then Bhimasena, then Arjuna, then Nakula and Sahadeva. All of them he rejected. And then he accepted only Krishna. So this is how Maharaj Pariksit ultimately glorified Krishna. So, and that is why his name is Pariksit. So he is only interested in Krishna. A devotee, we wake up every day. We are in front of the altar. Lakshmi Narasimha, Giriraj Krishna, Sri Radha Ramanju, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So we want in our life only Krishna and his devotees. We don't want anything that has nothing to do with Krishna. We don't want anything to do with non-devotees. So Uttara was protected by Krishna. Her son was protected by Krishna. 5 Pandava brothers were protected by Krishna. Even in the battle of Mahabharata, when 5 brothers, they fought among themselves. Not fought in the sense like again another battle of Mahabharata, no. But some conversational quarrel. And Arjuna took the credit. Because of me, we won the battle. And then Bhimsen would say, you? What about me? All 100 I killed. And you are saying you? Then Yudhishthira is saying, Baba, Arjuna, you say you killed Drona. If I would not have told that Narava Kunjare, ashwathama hata. you are gone. So like that, everybody is taking, trying to take some credit for the battle of Mahabharata. And Krishna arrived there. He was hearing and enjoying their fight. Krishna said, okay, let's go. Let's go to the right place and see what's happening. So there is Belal Sen. Krishna took them to the battle of Kurukshetra. And there was a big pillar. On the top of the pillar, there was one head hanging there. So that is the head of Belal Sen. So Krishna came there and asked, Belal Sen, you are the only person who was watching the battle completely, because Belal Sen wanted. Belal Sen had arrows, and 5 arrows he had. And he came to the battle to fight from that side which is losing the battle, right? So he had come to show his prowess that even the losing side can win the battle. And so he was met near a pond by Krishna. Krishna met him, said, why you have come? Krishna wanted to check him, because Krishna, the battle must go on according to his will. Belal Sen or any Sen or cannot come and change the discourse of the battle. So Belal Sen, Krishna said, what you have? Now I have 5 arrows. What it will do? Whomever I want, I can kill. No issue. So can you kill 5 Pandavas? I'm forgetting what happened actually. So he would release those 5 arrows, and that will kiss the feet of all the 5 Pandava brothers. So that is how he was precise in releasing his weapon. And something is there, I have forgotten. So Krishna said, okay, fine, why don't you, he made him, I'm forgetting what happened, but why did he give his neck? Anybody can say. So Belal Sen, finally, Krishna would tell him, you give your head to me. But Belal Sen said that I had only one desire. And the desire is to see the battle, great battle. So Krishna allowed that. So Krishna beheaded Belal Sen, but he was kept alive. So you see, with your head also you can remain alive if Krishna wants. You don't require a heart that would pump blood to your brain, and then you will remain alive. So it's, we have to appreciate that all life forms are possible because of Krishna, not by our own arrangement. I have seen one beautiful devotee within ISKCON. Her name is, what is the name of our Tamal Krishna Maharaj disciple, that Mataji? Kirtida Devi Dasi. I met her in 1994 in Vrindavan, and then I met her in 1994 Gaurmandal Parikrama. She was doing Parikrama along with us. And this particular Mataji, she didn't have her stomach, nothing she had. Everything was removed. but still she lived almost until 2000. I think into the 1993, the doctor told her, you have only 6 months to live. And she lived next 7 years doing service in Holidham, Vrindavan, Mayapur, remaining with the devotees, and ultimately left her body for 7 years. So we have seen that why Krishna's arrangement, a devotee can live as long as he wants, or Krishna allows to want to live. So Belalsan was still there. So Krishna asked Belalsan, what did you see? The Belalsan said that I was seeing that only a chakra every day was, having his own voges and beheading X, Y, Z. I didn't see anybody else is fighting there. So Belalsan convinced the Pandavas that they didn't do anything. It is Krishna who killed everyone. And this pastime indicates ultimately Krishna does everything. Ultimately Krishna does everything. One may say, oh, I built the Gurukul campus, like Radhakant is there. He always says, I built the Gurukul campus. Or somebody would say, I built the temple. So actually, Krishna Sakti bina nahe tare pravartan. It is Krishna who is doing everything. So this point we must internalize, how Krishna's potency does everything, and we can only become an instrument. In fact, Krishna can do, this whole world can be liberated within no time, but our anarthas coming on the way. Like, for example, sun ray is there, it can fall on every part, but the cloud is blocking, right? The trees are blocking, big skyscrapers are blocking it. Similarly, we devotees are supposed to be the carrier of Krishna's mercy, but then we have our anartha, and these anarthas are covering Krishna's mercy, reaching others. So that is why we have to be very, very careful in removing our anarthas, allowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy to reach each and every nook and corner of the society. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bo. Any question? No question? So then we stop. Is there any question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Kalyani Mataji.
Prabhuji, in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that we should engage all our senses in Krishna's service. Then only we get a steady mind. And Srila Prabhupada given an example about Ambarish Maharaja, and he used all his senses in Krishna's service.
Chapter of Bhagavad
In that, yes, Prabhuji, in that touch of the senses, touch is how to use in Krishna service. That is my doubt.
How to touch? Embracing devotees. Embracing devotees.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And sweeping the floor of Krishna's temple. Bathing the deities. So many ways touch can be purified. Procreating Krishna conscious children. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So many ways.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Vishnu, and Vishnu has suddenly appeared in the horizon since yesterday. Hare Vishnu, how are you doing? Eh?
हरे कृष्णा सर अभी
Speak loudly.
यस सर मतलब अभी कुछ नहीं कर रहा सर मतलब अभी सर भागवतम लेक्चर ही सुन रहा था सर
Eh?
भागवतम लेक्चर सुन रहा था सर अभी
हाँ, बोलो।
सर जैसे कोई
काला
वैकुंठ
काला
में चला
चश्मा
गया
क्यों पहने हो?
यस सर हरे
काला
कृष्णा
काला चश्मा क्यों पहने हो?
अरे मतलब काला सर दिख रहा है सर वैसे ही यहाँ पे काला नहीं है सर वो
हाँ,
सर रेस का दिक्कत सर वो जैसे कोई वैकुंठा प्लेनेट में है सर मतलब कोई किसी ने मतलब इतनी भक्ति की है कि मतलब कि वो वैकुंठा प्लेनेट तक ही पहुंच पाया है तो सर वो हाईएस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म तो सर गोलोक का है तो सर कोई वैकुंठा से गोलोक का कैसे जा सकता है
तुम्हारा, अरे थोड़ा लाउडली बोलो, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया। कोई समझ में आया किसी को?
सर कोई
गोलोक, वैकुंठ से गोलोक कैसे जाएगा? कृष्ण
यस सर
भक्ति करो।
नहीं कृष्ण भक्ति से सर जैसे वैकुंठा ही मिला है जैसे वैकुंठा प्लेनेट में ही कोई पहुंच पाया है क्योंकि अब ऐसे बोलते हैं ना सर कि हाईएस्ट मतलब ब्लिस जो है हाईएस्ट वो पहले मतलब सबसे ज्यादा ब्लिस
अरे मैं समझ रहा हूँ, वही तो। कृष्ण भक्ति
Yes,
करो, प्यार से करो, चैंटिंग करो, हैं? चैंटिंग करो, कृष्ण भक्ति करो, हैं? चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जो वाणी है उसको समझो, फिर अवसर मिलेगा गोलोक वृंदावन जाने के लिए, हैं? बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, हैं? भगवान की लीलाओं की श्रवण करना है, हैं? So, long journey. One has to be materially completely detached and should feel naturally attracted to Krishna's Lila. Then एक दिन तुम्हें लिया जाएगा जहां पे भगवान कृष्ण लीला कर रहे हैं. So you will be one of the members participating in that Leela. Then you will be further trained. And when you will be further trained in as a Krishna devotee, then you will get a natural pass back to Goloka. Yes, next. Adya. How to know that Krishna is reciprocating someone's service? If you are able to perform this service, means Krishna is reciprocating. Every day, like now, every day, we are sitting for 1 hour chanting session. If you are able to do every day, that means Krishna is reciprocating. Without Krishna's reciprocation, you cannot perform devotional service day after day after day after day after day after day, week after week after week after week, month after month after month after month. So if we are able to get devotee association, if we are getting some service to Krishna, then Krishna is reciprocating. Okay? So when you do service to Krishna, then someone would notice Krishna's representative and would tell, oh Adya, please do this service, please do that service. So you get more service, more and more service. So this process goes on. Okay? When Krishna reciprocates, you will also feel, you will be able to understand Bhagavad Gita better, Bhagavatam better. Okay? And you lose the taste for the material thing. You lose the taste for material thing. naturally, not by force. Okay, next question. Of course, what is the difference between the philosophies and ideologies of Mayavadi, Brahmavadi, Sunyavadi, etc.? Mayavadi, they think that everything is covered by Maya. Everything is covered by illusion. The Brahman is covered by illusion. And when illusion is gone, the Brahman becomes absolute truth. This is Mayavadi. So according to Mayavadi, even Krishna is covered by illusion. So that is Mayavadi. Brahmavadi are self-situated. They are situated in Atman, but they don't have any realization of Paramatma or Bhagavan. They are simply situated in their self and they are self-satisfied. They are internally quite happy. So that is Brahmavadi. Sunyavadi, they think everything is false. So they make everything zero. So they annihilate their existence. So I gave in a nutshell, it's a different topic. Next. Amardas, my friend from Hyderabad, when busy in Bhakti Yoga, not giving time for physical yoga.
Not getting time.
Physical yoga is not necessary. Bhakti yoga is good. What is the solution? Why do you have to do physical yoga? No need for physical yoga. Okay? Perform bhakti yoga. Physical yoga is very boring. Bhakti yoga is very interesting. Instead of doing some asanas, if you chant 2 rounds extra, it is even better. Okay? Okay, we should stop here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Pramanande.